Hi Leo, welcome to my channel. I'm your Cosmic Auntie, and this is going to be your monthly reading. I am recording this for December, but it could find you at any time because energy works in its own cool way. So whenever this does find you, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, let's jump in. I'm going to be using the Star Tarot, 2nd edition. Who's by again? Kathy McClelland. Yeah, Kathy McClelland. It's an amazing deck. I hope you enjoy it. When it steps forward to want to work with the energy, I end up working with it for a really long time. It's just like such a rich, gorgeous deck. So that's the tarot I'm using for this month. Then I'm going to be using Old Trusty Lightworker Oracle by Alana Fairchild. And then the African Goddess Rising Oracle by Ebola Abrams, which is an amazing deck. So, Leo, I hope you enjoy. I'm looking forward to this energetic chat. I received a very kind of like appropriate holiday visual when tapping into your energy. I was shown like those like kind of Christmas, I guess those like crackers, I guess what they would be called. You know, they like kind of look like a twist, like a little gift, and you pull on them with someone and they like crack open, and there's like little, like there's some crowns inside sometimes. There's like little toys and sayings and things. So I saw a red one and a green one, and they weren't cracked. So, but like I heard it. I heard that noise. So I mean, as I think about that action, it's an interaction. You know, it's a celebration. They happen often in groups. You find those things in groups. I think it's kind of I looked it up, and it seems to be like a European tradition. I can't remember how far, honestly, I was reading back. I can't remember, but it's interesting. So if you're feeling called to look that up, definitely do. There was a reference to the crowns, and it was like they're worn during dinner time. And I was reading that they were thinking that relates back to, I think, Saturnalia, the Roman kind of celebration around this time, where you wear like hats at the dinner table. And that is something that I do remember, because like every time I'm at like a gathering that has had those, like, yeah, you pop the crown on. Yeah. Like at a New Year's party. It's kind of like moved to more New Year's that I associate that with, but it's also around just this holiday season. And maybe that's something, maybe there's a tradition that intrigues you in regards to how you celebrate this time of year, or if you celebrate around this time of year, that may be intriguing or helpful, like, or there might be some messages there. But when I'm thinking about it, right, it's like shared time. They kind of mark a moment, right? And so it feels very warm, and it feels very, yeah, like there's a sense of belonging I'm sensing in the energy, which is really beautiful. So let's see what the cards have to reflect. It's coming up for Leo. And so like they do make a crack noise, right? Like they're like crack, and they're like, you know, bold, like you, Leo, like you. They kind of remind me of your energy. And we got a lot here. So I've got the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, Judgment, Nine of Swords, Six of Wands, and and Eight of Swords. And then the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. The first thing I heard was championed through. There's this feeling of like really championing. I don't even know if that's a word, but I hope you understand. Championing through like fears. There's certain fears that I sense here, Leo, that have really been kind of balanced through like love. There's just like a sense of really perhaps knowing yourself at a deeper level through really bringing a lot of light and attention to places that you may have found yourself. I just got like kind of my breath caught, like just like a bit of like, you know, that catches your breath, that there's an anticipation, a worry, a stress, a fear that comes with the Nine of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is this sense of feeling really like a sense of trappedness, like stuckness. That can be hamster wheel like thoughts where, you know, you're then there maybe have been things that were very, very challenging that you had to navigate. And sometimes like there's a notion of like, how do I word this? It's so deep and beautiful, Leo. Like, I just feel, yeah, there's certain insecurities, you know, limitations and blockages, or, you know, patterns of worry that have been, you know, broken through. There's a certain, that's where I'm getting the word championing, this sense of victory. And I sense that there's just this really profound process here of shifting challenging times into prosperous times. And it's been a step-by-step process. There's been many transformations with the Judgment card here. There's been many, I just saw like a vase like kind of shattering and then being put back together, you know, with all that gold, that process. And like Judgment is also kind of is a phoenix energy, right? We have the phoenix up here. That's what I kind of think it is. And their process is being burnt to a crisp before they rise again. Wow. I sense a lot of harmony, and it's been, you know, a result of very steady, diligent, hard work. And I sense there's this notion of coming up against some fears, some self-doubt, and trusting the self, you know, with the Six of Wands under the Knight of Pentacles, trusting, you know, yourself to in the moves you make, right? The Knight of Pentacles is making moves, making steady moves, you know, in the 3D world. They're not the fastest knight, but they are really the most steady knight. Like I would I would trust the Knight of Pentacles, you know, to really get the job done and done well, solid. And so that's where I'm feeling like this energy, Leo, of real, solid, dedicated, committed hard work. You know, there's a King of Pentacles here, right? There's this King right above the Nine of Swords. The King is the master builder. Like, they are so adept at, yeah, building. And there, you know, the King of Pentacles is quite abundant, and it's, again, solid. They're earth energy. There's this solid, steady, stable factor to them. Sorry. There has been so much attention to anywhere that has felt tight with Eight of Swords and Judgment. It's just expand, busting open. Like, really liberating from these tight places. And it's like, as this, like, the tightness is liberated, that goes to the Nine of Swords, right? The, like, look at how this, I keep wanting to say essence, this, like, I almost like want to, like, this breathy, like, energy of pain, of worry, of anything that the Nine of Swords brings. These can be, you know, sleepless nights. This can be nightmares. This could be memories that were really challenging. This can be worries or anticipation of the future, or like anything that's really stressful or like uncomfortable. This kind of brings an uncomfortable, challenging energy with it. And any energy here that we talk about is useful in understanding, you know, there's certain teachings that they have about the self. And I feel like there's a lot of light that has been brought to those places. I sense that there's a, like, you know, a way that that there's been a shifting of these places through love, Leo, which is really, really beautiful. Because these can be quite sharp energies, and it can be like, there's no swords here other than the 8 and the 9, and so everything else is this, like, with the 6 of Wands, this victorious energy, this judgment, this transformative energy, and then with these Knight and King of Pentacles, there's this dedicated energy coming through. And so I feel like, yeah, there's been a certain, like, softness but solidness in the way that the light of your awareness has been brought to these places of tightness. And when those tightness, then I sense the tightness released, and then this, again, waft of pain is released. And I sense that with the 6 of Wands, like, guiding it into the Judgment card here and transforming it, this closeness, right, with the soul and, like, the connection with everything. It's just so, it's really deep. Like, it's really, really deep. It is that deep, Leo. And ultimately, I sense, like, a real, like, content, like, real grateful energy. That, yeah, a sense of victory, yeah, justice, harmony. There's a sense of balance with there was the Lovers at the bottom too, and now we have justice. So there's this, like, yeah, this sense of balance, the sense of working through certain, like, karma too, perhaps, you know, really, like, kind of this soul level, kind of breaking through certain Yeah, it's like, it is that deep. It is that deep. And so, wow, Cosmic Auntie is very proud of you. Very. This is amazing. And the things that have been built from a soul place, from this soul depth, have really grown in the physical. Like, they, with the Knight and the King of Pentacles here, like, dang, like, that is, like, very successful energy cultivators. I want to show them to you so you can gaze at them. Sorry if that siren's loud in the background, but like, look at these two. So I feel that the things that have been built out of this depth of the soul are providing harvest and abundance. And yeah, again, another symbol of hard work, stamina. The Six of Wands, like, blessings, victory, celebration, being recognized for being seen for what you, for who you are and what you're doing, to be recognized in what you do, right? Like, I just feel like there's this sense of reward, and it's awesome. It's nice. Three of Pentacles. Yeah. Building, growth, connection, community. Connection, mind, body, and soul as well. That's something I often feel with this card. I just heard you really took a chance on yourself, and it's paying off. You keep that there. It's paying off. Coming up for Leo. And with these, like, this like visual of the Christmas cracker, like with the Three of Pentacles, like, that's the sense of like belonging. This is a sense of contribution, building. So I really sense that there's this element too of warmth in the environment and these surroundings, the sense of stability, the sense of nurturing, or the things that come with like earth energy. There's also with this kind of masculine aspect of earth energy, this sense of you know, providing and cultivating and harvesting, also protecting, right? Protecting and seeking, holding space for growth, to, you know, so there's this like, yeah, really, I really beautiful cultivator energy coming through, Leo. Building things that nourish you, provide for you and yours as well as others, nourish you as well as others. Like, I just saw a tree with a bunch of fruit on it, you know, and having you know, enough to fill your belly and those of you that you love and are responsible for, and as well as in a community sense, having, you know, just, there's something that's feels like building something that provides and puts food on your table, as well as nourishes others. I guess just plain and simple, I just feel like there's an element here of whatever it is that you're building, whatever it is that you're cultivating, and being it, you know, a very important premise is how does it nourish you as well as others. And the Christmas cracker just seems like, right, it's a partner activity. You turn to the person next to you, and you have a moment, you share in a moment, you make noise, you know, get a present, a surprise, and there's usually two in there, so you share in that moment, and it's sharing in a celebration. And with the Six of Wands, like, I really feel like there's just this like sense of validation and success and victory in the things that you've been dedicating yourself to growing, cultivating, this sense of transformation, like really getting to know yourself at a deeper level by bringing your love and, you know, light to these, you know, to places that were tight or challenging, that, you know, are released any kind of because it's like a practice, right? This is what I'm trying to say, is that I sense that there's just the awareness of a practice of really showing love to the places that you find yourself feeling stressed, feeling fearful, feeling hesitant, any kind of things that are being, you know, because this is really challenging. It's gonna be challenging memories, and like we were talking about, like these challenging places can be really informative, right? And often are invitations for love and healing, because these are places that often point to where we've been hurt in ways, or where we've been disappointed, or where we've made mistakes, maybe, where we're feeling worried about how things are going to, you know, turn out. These are all very valid things to feel, and they can be, you know, they're invitations to kind of bring your attention to and investigate. And I sense that there's been a lot of that, Leo, and that's where the celebration is coming in. That's where the sense of like victory is coming in, is because I sense there's just like really solid ways that you have learned to tend to yourself, as well as humble the self to know that that is an ever unfolding journey. And through that, great transformation and great sense of belonging to existence has occurred here, really taken place like in a deeper realm, right? Like that's another thing that's just always deepening. It's through our experience in life. Like I'm kind of like really, really looking at, oh man, it's so dark, but the Knight of Pentacles has these like stars bursting out of their head. Yeah, and I just saw resistance at the bottom of the deck, like these places where you're finding any kind of resistance. I feel like there's just been these breakthroughs. And yes, it is always a practice, but at this point, Leo, I feel like there's this real sense of just feeling the power of the unlock wisdom that practice brings, as if that makes any sense. Then we got Mojaji, manifestation. Yeah, like there's just such gorgeous cultivator energy coming through, and just again taking a chance on yourself, you know, betting on yourself in some way, building something that is really meaningful, that nourishes you as well as others. It's at a soul level. And it may have come from like a challenging place as well. Like you may, it feels like there's this been maybe in a challenging place, this visual of what it is that you've been building. It's like, it's almost like this energy of like being at a place that you visualized yourself in the past that was like really providing hope in challenging times, and providing this sense of like guidance towards what would be really like soul fulfilling as you break through these or you navigate whatever this challenging time is, if that makes sense. And then powerful manifestors, amazing. And like so much insecurities really do come up when you are betting on yourself and you're building something and you're putting yourself out there, and cultivating something that feels just absolutely delightful at a soul level, something that you're wanting to share and build in the physical in some way, whether that be a business or a painting or anything, like it really, right? Anything, if this resonates with you at a soul level. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. Oh, yeah, it can be really triggering. It can be, it's so fun. It's absolutely remarkable, right? Like, there's something I feel with my readings. It's something I feel in my business myself, Leo. So if you're resonating with this, like, there's a lot of triggers that come up along the way when you're putting yourself out there and you're building something that is slices of your heart and soul, right? And I just feel like each time something bubbles up, there's this way that is being harnessed of holding space for and shifting, because what it is that you're building is like really has taken form, like it's taken off, it's built right before your eyes, like it's and actively being cultivated. Like there's a lot of success here, Leo. There's this like real active conscious co-creation here, like, right? That's manifestation, conscious co-creation, conscious participation with life. 1111, messages in the numbers. So yeah, pay attention to those numbers. Invitation to connect too. So right when I was saying, sorry, I just like, I always find that so remarkable. Oh, right when I was saying, you know, conscious participation with life, right? Invitation to connect. And I think that there's just like, I just sense such a wonderment with that concept coming through your cards, for coming through this reading, of just being like, wow, like really struck by the power of life and like how this conscious co-creation is, how it unfolds and the power of it, right, Leo? Like really becoming aware of your magician-like energy, manifestation powers. And yeah, you know, keep bringing your love to those triggers as you build and expand and cultivate, you know, a life that feels good, that feels delightful to you, you know, and because that really helps you trust yourself to have your back when life kind of does what it does too. Because, you know, co-creation is a relationship, and a relationship is, I guess, yeah, like allowing space for each other. And there is a mysterious part of life, you know, that can be quite raw. So when we learn to show up to ourselves, and we learn how to show love to ourselves when we're feeling triggered, that can be really helpful when, you know, life throws a couple curveballs and, you know, we trust ourselves to have our back. So I'm proud of you. If any of this is resonating with you, keep doing what you're doing. enjoy and revel in the success that this like, so you'll know is providing. Like it's collective, right? So like I just send, and I feel like so much excitement because I feel like there's like businesses and projects and like initiatives and like all of it in there that y'all must be up to. There's just such a spiritual quality as well, like feeling very spiritually connected, very, very spiritually guided to be doing what you're doing, or to be doing what you're doing and whatever it is that you're doing. And leave me a comment below if this resonates with you. I want to hear from you. And there's this expansion, and pay attention to those numbers. And if you're starting to see, a couple number repetitions, definitely Google those and pay attention to your intuition and see if there's some messages there, because there definitely will be. Numbers are powerful, right? Like the universe communicates through numbers, different frequencies, right? So pay attention to those numbers. Let me know down in the comments below if you're seeing any like specific numbers, because I love angel numbers. And yeah, so anyways, Leo, I hope that this was helpful to you. Honestly, Cosmic Auntie is just super proud of you. Really, really freaking stoked for you. And just like, yeah, keep doing what you're doing, building what you're building, cultivating what you're cultivating. Keep bringing your awareness and your love to those triggers along the way, because they really do come up when you are, on the path. But they can be quite powerful, right? There's this sense of expansion, like this rainbows and sunlight and expansion, Leo. And that's very much you, right? Look at you roaring up there. Dang. Hand over the heart as well. You rule the heart, like bam, like Christmas crackers, like loud and proud and giving, like generous. I just really also just like feel guided to say, like, this generosity is really being poured internally. I feel like this warmth just fill me up, and that's like your energy, Leo. Oh, I just feel like there's just such a deeper level that you have fallen in love with yourself, and it is beautiful. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next month.